This segment is called Living on Entrepreneur Island. It's a conference coming your way soon, and I welcome one of the presenters, Keisha. Hello, welcome. How are you?
Hi, Trina. I'm well. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Good to talk to you again. Tell me a little bit about your involvement. Tell me your business, what your presentation is going to look like, and how it can help out other entrepreneurs that are coming to this event.
Okay, absolutely. So my business is a nonprofit here in Springfield. We are called Embrace, and we are an LGBTQ support and empowerment organization. So every other week we do a support meeting, and then we do lots of events out in the community just to bring some visibility and some fellowship time to everybody that's in the community. So I was recently at the women's conference, the E3 Women's Conference last month, and had met Eden, the person who's putting together Entrepreneurship Island. And we were just very excited to meet each other. We'd been friends on Facebook for a while, and she started telling me about this event and invited me to present. And I was really excited to be able to do that. So my presentation is going to consist of what it looks like to be an inclusive employer and why that's great as a business owner, because it opens you up to more talent, to more points of view that maybe you didn't have in your business before, and just how to kind of break the ice really between the employer and the employee if they're not comfortable talking to people from the LGBTQ community, specifically trans people, because that's who most of our members are.
Yeah, we were talking about that a lot of this is new territory for everybody involved. Inclusive people want to be more inclusive. People who are coming to seek out jobs might be a little trepidatious and a little nervous. So you're wanting to help bridge that gap and make it more comfortable. And how are some ways that people can start looking at that and start, adjusting, adapting, learning, and helping?
I think the first thing is education. If you happen to know a trans person and you're comfortable asking questions about, in your job, what's important to you for your employer to provide, or how would you like them to support you? That's a great conversation to have, but don't rely on those people in your life to be your only source of information. Definitely read some articles, do some Googling and just find out what you don't know and educate yourself. And then be willing to implement some training in your business for your employees to educate them as well. If you're inviting people to work for you, in my mind, this is how I feel about my organization, you're responsible for their feeling of belonging to an extent within the organization. And so making sure that people are on board with using proper pronouns and a person's proper name, even if that change happens in the middle of their employment journey, those things are really, really important. And the more educated you are, the more time you spend with people in the community, the more comfortable you're going to be having those conversations.
Absolutely. And for maybe an employer that's thinking, yeah, I'm inclusive. I didn't know though I needed to do something else or more. How does one know or gauge where to open up more? Does that make sense? Like for a
Yeah.
lot of us, it is natural. People come, welcome, but some people don't know that they need to open a door and say, walk through.
Sure, sure. I would say take a look around at your current employees and the people that you're working with. If you are seeing a lot of the same types of people and a lot of the same points of view in the room all of the time, think about opening that up, not just to the LGBTQ community, but to people of different cultures, different backgrounds, different experience levels. Just be willing to open yourself up a little bit. And that's a risk with any business. I mean, definitely have your interview processes in place, and make sure that the person is a right fit for the culture in your business, but just be willing to open that up to people, and then educate yourself on the best way to get that training implemented, if that's you taking some courses and doing it yourself, or finding a local provider. Embrace is looking to move into that space pretty soon to be able to provide training like that to employers. So we'll talk about offering that when we're able to. But just be willing to do that, and be willing to expand your own points of view. If you're the smartest guy in the room, you're supposed to go to a different room.
That's
So
right. I love it. All right. If you're excited to learn more, you'll be able to see this presentation. As long as you have tickets, you can get them reserved right now at leavetheisland.com. Thank you so much, Keisha.
thanks, Trina.